Talking Cougar soccer with the head coach of the men and women's teams at Columbia College, Coach John Klein. Welcome in, Coach. Another season upon us here as we go for Cougar soccer time.
It is. Those breaks go pretty fast, and we got some new groups on both sides, a lot of new players, and it's exciting, but happy to be back at it.
For the first time in your women's program, you had a graduating class. We had a senior night festivity and some players moving on and some big shoes to fill, especially with Stephanie Hale moving on. She was such a huge part of your team's run to the tournament last year.
Yeah, what a great year for Stephanie Hale. Something like 23 goals and 24 assists, and scored a point in every game that she participated in. And that's just, that's really hard to replace. And I don't know that we did that. And early in the year here, I know we haven't figured out yet who's going to replace her scoring production. But certainly we'll miss her. She's back out in California coaching a little bit. She's an assistant at the JUCO that she came from, so we wish her the best. And a lot of girls from that group, a lot of turnover in that group, and we're still just getting settled in, kind of trying to solve that.
Sitting at 0-2-1 right now, let's talk about some of the new faces. A lot of local flavor, a lot of Jeff City players, and coming to your team here from the women's side. Talk a little bit about some of the new faces that Cougar fans can see out on our Marvin Owens.
Yeah, the Elias group of girls, you know, I mean, started off with Maddie Nichols and Taylor Hagenhoff. Maddie's retired now from the game and still here at school at Columbia College, but Taylor's stayed on, and she's had such a terrific year for us last year as a freshman. You know, we've kind of moved her into Elise Castellano's spot at the center back, and she does a terrific job. But the new girls, we have Megan Napier, who's playing an outside back, outside midfield position. Jordan Pore's had a terrific preseason, and we just love her speed up top and her desire. And Tiffany Weaver, who also brings a lot of speed, and she's left-footed and play down that left side. So, you know, we've really been fortunate to get a lot of girls from the Elias program, and you know, we like to build a program from right here in mid-Missouri if possible. So. So far, so good with that group.
Yeah, and that's a fun aspect to it. There's been, on the men's teams over the years, there's been sprinkled with Brady Wolf's the guy now in goal for you a little bit on the men's side that has local connections as well as McDonald, and you start seeing some of those, a mix of both the local and the out-of-state and international players. But really, when you get that fan base, that players that have played here, their families all get to come up, and they, you know, louder section, cheering sections, if you will. It's fun to watch a program kind of being built with a lot of local flavor, the way it has been right now on that women's side.
It is, you know, and I mean, we talked about the Elias girls, but a late addition to our program here on the women's side was Lori Frew from Rockbridge, and she played her first match the other night against Avila, and I think had 6 or 7 shots. She's going to be a handful for teams, and we're excited to add her as well. So. I think things are good. I think both programs are in a good position. It's been a tough start. We've played some tough competition. We haven't found the goal yet, but I like both groups.
Talk about the goaltending situation for the women's side. I know you're replacing a goaltender in that. Talk a little bit about who you have in goal right now.
Well, Flavia Rosado's doing a terrific job, you know, and she played behind Erica Ramirez the last couple of years. And, you know, unfortunately for Erica, you know, we had a little bit of a mishap, and she missed. She registered for a 10th semester. You know, kind of unfortunate. It just bypassed everybody. So she's done with her eligibility in the NAI. And Flavia was her backup, and very capable backup. She's been outstanding. She's going to be terrific. It's going to be tough for teams to score against Flavia. She's very acrobatic, has a lot of passion for the game, terrific with the ball at her feet. In fact, at the national tournament last year, Erica was in goal, and we put Flavia up top. She worked her tail off. She's real creative and crafty with her feet. So, you know, we can build from the back. She's comfortable starting the play for us back there, and really comfortable with Flavia in goal.
As you mentioned, tough result with Mobile, 1-0, and then lost to number 9, William Carey. I think it was 3, or was it 3? Yeah, it was the 3-0 loss to William Carey.
3-0, and the girls played really well. I think the Mobile game was probably the most winnable game down there, but it was our first game. It was 95 degrees in Mobile, Alabama at 4:30 or 5 in the afternoon, and we weren't quite sure what we could get out of the girls. You know, we kind of took it at a slower pace. I think we were probably the more talented team, but we just wanted to make sure we made 90 minutes. I think the girls figured it out that night. We gave up a mid to late goal in the second half, and we just never found the goal. Second game on that trip against William Carey, a top 10 team, we gave them all they wanted, had a lot of scoring chances ourselves. They had a special player. She finally scored in like the 65th minute, and then she found it again. And so I think this group is still learning, still finding itself, still trying to figure out what it's capable of. But I've really been impressed with the style of play that they put on the field.
I was going to kind of segue into my next question as far as the women are concerned. Despite the result at 0-2-1, what do you really like about the way the team's played so far in the 3 matches?
You know, they complete passes. They support everybody. We defend very well. I think it's just going to be a matter of getting into the attack. And, you know, we don't have a Stephanie Hale. Goal scoring maybe doesn't come naturally for any of these girls, but there's 5, 6, 7 girls that are capable of finding the net, and we're getting into the right spot. So a little bit of patience, you know, and I think not every game is going to be at the same level of the competition we played to this point. So I think we build, you know, a little confidence, find the net a few times, and I think this group will be fine. I think they'll be in every single soccer game that they play. They're very organized defensively, and you know, the fitness is good. I feel good about the group.
And only a couple more matches before you're into conference play. With more conference teams, you've got 1 or 2 more left, and that's it.
And it's all about conference play for this group. There's 12 conference teams. The conference will get 2 automatic bids to the national tournament. You win your conference, or you win your conference tournament, and you're going to the national tournament. So we did that fairly handily last year. I don't think it will be, you know, quite as easy. I think 4 or 5 of the teams in the conference will be improved. If you want to say that we're, you know, a step behind at this point where we were last year, I don't think that's unreasonable. But I do think that we're going to compete at the highest level in the conference, and that's certainly our goal, to win conference and win a trip to the national tournament.
Women's team at 0-2-1 and getting ready for a game this weekend, Missouri Valley in for a doubleheader. We'll talk next about the men's squad. They're sit at 0-2, a couple of 1-0 losses. We'll come back and talk about the men's team, some returning players, some guys back from injury, and also about some new things coming as far as the facilities at Columbia College for soccer after this with Coach Klein on Columbia Cougar Coaches Show on Mediacom Channel 22.